Political violence around the country leading to extra security for some Charlotte officials. WBTV's Katie Solt has a look at who is now getting protection and why political science experts say the threats of violence are trickling down to local politics.
Mecklenburg County Sheriff Gary McFadden says magistrates are getting more protection. This comes on the heels of the deadly light rail stabbing when people on social media started identifying and naming the magistrates who were involved with the suspect on previous cases. And political science professors I spoke with say this is new territory in the world of politics.
From 8 o'clock Saturday morning to 12 midnight, I was on the phone with the magistrate, the judge, clerk of court, and everybody else talking about how do we secure the magistrates because of the shootings.
Local law enforcement on alert and on edge, trying to protect elected officials and other political figures. Sheriff Gary McFadden says after political commentator Charlie Kirk was shot and killed last week, the calls for protection intensified.
We're just modifying how we take care of the magistrates because they are also afraid. If you think about this, the Kirk shooting has traumatized America.
Eric Haberleg, a political science professor with UNC Charlotte, says the level of violence and violent threats are uncharted territory.
It's easy to find where public officials live, find their phone numbers, find out who's related to them. Again, it's not purely a matter of physical targeting, but that psychological warfare that's out there of sending messages to them, being threatening, saying I know where you live, I know who your kids are, that kind of stuff that has to be very distressing to public officials.
Dr. Michael Bitzer, a political science professor with Catawba College, says social media and the mass spreading of information quickly is fueling the threats and violent language towards elected officials and even average citizens.
But this is really ramping up who is becoming the target of this kind of political violence. And it's not surprising that it's moving beyond the elites to really now average citizens and people that are heavily engaged in politics becoming targets.
Both men say the polarization of politics and acceptance of violence has also escalated what we're seeing around the country and locally.
For people who are frustrated and feel out of touch with the rest of society, and there are a lot of people like that, they think, this can make them a hero or get their name in the news or give some larger purpose for them by doing something that they think is, saving the country from some imminent disaster that's going to be imposed by the other side.
Bitzer and Haberleg say the change needs to start at the top down with our elected officials calling for an end to political violence. Reporting at UNC Charlotte, Katie Solt, WBTV on your side.